I am live for, I think this is day 16 of 30 days of live. I've been going live right here on YouTube. So excited about that. And so today I'm going to continue talking about shifting identities and the frequency of abundance because that is the space that I'm in. Excuse me. It is so time to shift identities. And so I'm going to talk a little bit, I guess I'll share a little bit about who I am and what do I do and all this kind of stuff first. So my name is Tammi Morrison. I am a spiritual teacher, which is like the most amazing thing. I love doing that. I'm also a Reiki master, so I'm a energy healer. I have like several different modalities that I have studied. Trying to think. I'm also an author. I've written this lovely book, Walking Away, Winning the War Against Shame, Abuse, AIDS, and Abandonment. It is a part of my own story that I share. And I share that story really to encourage people, you know, because I've already done that hard lifting, that heavy hard work and heavy lifting that was in that book. I've already lived it. So I'm sharing so that other people can understand that regardless of what you go through, there is always hope and that you should always have hope. Um, but anyway, so that is one of the things. And then I also I love to make amazing jewelry, and I have infused the jewelry with energy. So with Reiki energy, I love to make those. I don't have any earrings on right now because I went to the gym and I went stripped down like I should have. But y'all, I went to the gym and I went to swim because we can go to the gym and then there's a Olympic pool, which is perfect because swimming is really become a part of something that really truly helps me stay healthy. I love doing it. I love to swim. Matter of fact, I set my goal to do at least 6 laps, and today I did 7. So I was so appreciative of that, you know, just being able to do it. And so anyhow, in shifting this identity. And so this is the space that I find myself in because after 33 years that I've been in the medical field, and I've been 30 years of that a nurse, I have been guided to step away from that field. And to be honest, it's okay with me because, you know, it was not something I wanted to do anyway. It's something that I've been doing because it's something that I felt like I had to stay connected to. I felt like I had to continue in that identity. Oh, you're a nurse, you know, that kind of shit. And so I finally have been doing this work, and I've been meditating, and I've been doing a lot of praying, a lot of fasting, you know, different things. And I came to the conclusion that it was time for me to shift out of that identity. You know, just stop even identifying as that. Begin to really identify as this healer and as this spiritual teacher that I am, and as this guide and this mentor, and to really begin to step into that space and embody her. And so in embodying her or him or they, you know, whoever you are, I'm talking about me, but in embodying her, I had to decide who I was releasing and letting go, and who I am embodying and stepping into. You know, I had to decide, what does she like? What does she do? And then I also had to sit down with myself and decide, okay, I do a lot of things. I'm very talented in a lot of different ways. And so I thought that there was time when I thought that I had to monetize all of that, you know, but I'm coming to a place now where I realize that no, I don't. Some stuff I can just keep for me because I have discovered my creativity. That's what I'm saying. I've discovered my creativity. So I've discovered, you know, that I really do enjoy making things. Like I make plant products. Let's say that. I make plant products, and I've discovered a few more, and I'm actually making some other ones, but those are things that I just enjoy doing. I feel like a scientist. You know, I feel like I am creating something that is really going to help, because some of the things I have created have, like I have some suppositories that I made, which are phenomenal. I made some tea, some plant medicine tea, which is phenomenal, and I am working on it. I want to see how to make it stable. That's really the thing. So I'm working on it, you know, and I make my jewelry, and I absolutely love doing that. You know, even, I mean, even working with people, I love working with people, but I have to do it on my terms. You know? That's the what I'm saying. But you know, I mean, the thing is, you know, it can get intense. You know, it can get intense. Matter of fact, I just told my husband just last week, I said, you know, we peopled last weekend and we peopled the weekend before. I said, I don't really want to people this weekend. You know, I know it's Mother's Day weekend. I don't want to go out to I don't want to go out to dinner. I mean, he could cook me something. I told him I would love it if he would throw, we have some steaks in here, a couple of big tomahawks, throw them on the grill, you know, get some salad, or um, you know, I made some tuna salad the other day. I stopped and got some collard greens from one of our favorite places that makes good collard greens here. It's really hard to find. So usually when we, you know, if my husband doesn't cook them, or if I don't cook them, we go to this place. And so I went and got those collard greens. So we have those, you know. So basically I went and got some Dungeness crabs. So we have some of those too. So we have food. I think the only thing I would get is um no, we have rice too, because we have that quinoa. But yeah, so we have everything, you know, that we could want. And I got a cake. Matter of fact, I'm already eating it. It's a strawberry cream cake that I got from Costco's. Is so good, and that's perfect for me. Like I said, I'm good with that, you know. But yeah, so in that space of shifting identities. So if it's a space that you're in, especially, and I'm talking a lot to my Gen Xers and my boomers, because a lot of us have, you know, been in jobs that we have been in for, you know, decades. And we've been there because it's what we have done, it's what we do, and really it's your identity, especially for men. Men identify with their work more than anything else. You know, there are whatever. You know, you're a police officer, or you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer, or you're a whatever. But men identify with what they do, as opposed to who they are. And so, but when you get to the space where you are like, I cannot do this any longer, I've done this. Or when you get to a space where you're like, you know, there's so many other things that I could be doing in the world besides doing this, you know. Or you get to a place where you're just tired. I have gotten to spaces where I was just tired. I'm kind of there already, you know, with my particular, you know, jobs that I work. It's like I'm there already. I am tired. I just, you know, I'm preparing to walk away because it's time. Because honestly, I was out of work for about a year last year. I was out of work for the whole year because I had long COVID and I could not think. My memory was so bad, I could not think. It was hard for me to put, you know, two and two together. I watched some of my videos from before and I can see it. Y'all can't see it, but I can see it, because I see where, you know, I couldn't remember words. I mean, because it was bad. It was bad. I thought I had dementia, y'all. I was like, I've got early dementia. Something is wrong, you know. But it was that COVID, and it also created like this huge exhaustion for me, because what it did was it reactivated the chronic fatigue that I didn't know I had. And fibromyalgia like kicked it up to another freaking notch and a level. So the pain has been immense for me. And so these are things that I have been dealing with, and I have, you know, been um, actually telling myself that these are things that I'm healing, because I am not going to tolerate this for the rest of my life. I have decided that. You know, we can actually make those decisions and we can put ourselves in the end of it. And so I've decided that, you know, I'm shifting my identity out of that. So I am no longer doing that work. I'm no longer. No longer. And what I did in order to solidify that thing was I gave my notice that I was going on call. So like instead of me being having to be somewhere, I'm not having to be nowhere. So I'm only working, I think I have 7 days this month. And I'm good with it. You know what I mean? So I'm like not trying to work, a whole bunch of days. And they always calling and all that kind of stuff. And so I just don't want to do it. And so I'm opting out of this system. And so when you are shifting that identity, whatever identity that you held close to you, whatever identity that you, if you look it up in the dictionary, your face will be, under the words, your picture will be under there, because that is the identity that you held, but when you get to a space where you know that it's time to shift or you're feeling called to shift, I would advise that you would grab hold and begin to do the shift when you are feeling that call, because I'm telling you, if you don't, the next step, it may be something that's not so pleasant. The call might get a little bit more intense. And so you you definitely want to, answer the call before it gets to that place. Because if you're a person like I am, I can be difficultly hard-headed, and I know this about myself. And so uh, I typically now answer the call immediately because I've already seen what happens when I didn't answer it then. Because, typically things start shifting, but not in a good way. So for me, I answer the call. So, so when you get to that space and you say, and you start telling yourself and talking to yourself, because you'll hear people say, oh, well, this is so bad, because we were talking one day at work, and they were like, oh, you're gonna have a bad night. I said, no, I'm not. I will not. I refuse. I am not having a bad night. I'm having the best of nights. That's the type of night that I'm having. Why? Because that's what I said I'm going to have. When I go to work tonight, I'm having the best of nights. The best of nights. Not the worst, but the best. I'm having a good night. Why? Because I said so. Because I spoke it. And so when you start to get to that space where you recognize and realize that you are the God of your own understanding, that God lives in you and you call the shots, and you say what it is that you desire and you speak that thing, and that's where you stand. Regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what's going on around you, any of that stuff, regardless of any of it. So I told y'all I'm eating this strawberry cream cake from Costco's. So good. So good. So the point of it is, allow yourself to get to that place. Allow yourself to be in that space where you say, I am whatever you are. And a lot of people, and this is what I've learned too. A lot of people are like, well, I'm going to go back to school and get a degree in business. And I say to them, I say, why not just start a business? Why not just start a business and learn as you grow? There's so many different places that you can learn. You can go on Udemy and learn all types of stuff. You can come right here on YouTube and learn all types of stuff. You can go on TikTok and learn. Hell, you can go on Facebook and find you a Facebook group full of whatever it is that you want to learn and learn. It's so many different ways that you can learn. You can just Google shit and learn. It's so many different ways now. So there's no excuse, for that. But I never, really want to discourage anyone from, getting educated in whatever way that they feel like they need to. Um, However, I know for us Gen X's and Boomers, sometimes that's not the option that we're looking for. Although a lot of us have gone back to school. I actually have. I'm in school now getting my master's, but in metaphysics. you know, not in nursing or anything like that. Um, but yeah, so when you begin to do that and you start to recognize, yes, I am the master of my own destiny. And what I had to realize is I can make money. It just does not have to be as a nurse. Because for some reason, somewhere in my mind, I thought that, you know, I had to continue to do this in order to make money. I can do all these other things that I enjoy. I can teach, you know, do spiritual teaching. You know, I can hold on. I can do the spiritual teaching, you know, and I can do these things that I really enjoy, you know. However, I don't have to worry about getting paid from that. You know, that's kind of where my mindset was. It's like, well, I don't have to worry about getting paid from that because I enjoy doing that and that's fun. But then I had this other thing over here that I don't enjoy doing, but I do get paid to do. And so I had to kind of, you know, get it in my mind that I can shift out of that. You know, I can actually, you know, get paid from doing other things that I can actually get paid from doing something that I enjoy, something that I love, you know, something, you know, instead of staying in this space. And I know that a lot of it, and for a lot of people, and a lot of y'all, I know that, excuse me, is people in your life or people, you know, like say, like I know a lot of people that they might have been the first one in their family to go to college or to do a professional career or whatever. And so this is what they did. And, you know, and now they feel bad because they've been doing this for 10 or 15 years or whatever, and they can't hardly stand it. And they're having anxiety going to work, and they're on anxiety meds, and they're depressed, and their bipolar came out because they, you know, can't stand it. It's stressing them the hell out and all that stuff, but they don't want to move because everybody says, "Oh, you're a nurse and you make good money," and all that kind of stuff. And you know that don't mean nothing if you did, and that don't mean nothing if you feel like you're selling your soul when you go to work. You know, it doesn't means nothing. You know, and yeah, so I tell people that all the time. I was like, you want to make money, of course we do. You know, but at what price? At what cost? What is the cost of that? You know, because there's a cost. You know, they used to say there's a cost to it's a cost to being a boss. So you want to consider all of that, you know, and really think about it. So again, thank y'all for joining. I absolutely love coming on here. And as you're on here, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And share it with people you know that need to hear this. You know, people that maybe are, you know, standing in this place where they feel like they're standing in quicksand. Because that's what it felt like. It felt like I was standing in quicksand and I was drowning in it. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was standing in quicksand and I was drowning in it. And I didn't know what to do. That's the part. So think about all of that. And allow yourself to consider shifting your identity when it's time. You know, because it's not always time, y'all. It's not always time. But then it is time. Okay. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you guys on tomorrow for a day. I think it's 17 of 30. So come and join me tomorrow. Let's hang out a little bit on this station, this channel. And make sure that you also follow me on TikTok at Intuitive Tammy. So if you're over there and that's a space that you like to hang out, I'll be over there. I'll probably be going live tonight in a few hours. So come and join me over there and make sure that you know, that you're having a really good day. You know, and that when you decide that it's time for you to shift your identity or you know, you really want to get into that flow and to embody abundance. Make sure that you continue to keep watching, because I have a workshop that I'm doing. I think I'm going to do it next week. I got to sit down and look at my schedule and see, because I don't work the same days, y'all. I work different days. And so let me see how my schedule looks like, and then I'll let you know when I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to do a workshop on embodying the frequency of abundance, and then I'm doing another one on healing from um, divorce and relationship death and stuff like that, and talk about the grief process. So those are a couple of workshops that are coming up soon, and I'm going to do them right here on this channel. So make sure that you are watching, paying attention, that you have your notifications on, so that you can get notified the next time that I drop some of this awesome content. So again, hope your day is magical. Have a wonderful one. See you tomorrow. Bye now.